We have a good one. G emails us, and he says, I am trying out for Army Special Forces through the 18X option early 2024. I have heard you mention that you have trained various members of the special operations community, and I'm curious on how you would devise a program for someone prepping for Army Special Forces. Of course, that's it's a big range of things when you say Army Special Forces. There are several different ways you can go. From my experience, I'm not sure the physical training is nearly as important as the mental side. The late great friend of mine, John, who tragically died 12 years ago now. We were having that conversation one time, and he just said, it was just the attitude: I will never quit, and I will never leave my friends behind. I will never quit. I will never leave my friends behind. This mental focus of never quitting and just was remarkable to be around. I am going to answer the question, but I just want to make sure I set that up first, okay? One thing about my experience, I tend to work with specific teams, and I tend to work in specific teams in certain locations. So for me, when I work with people, a lot of my work with Special Forces is post-deployment and also kind of keeping guys around a long time. One of the issues, like in every elite corps, you're constantly filling in with a lot of people who are new, and a lot of the experienced guys get hurt, or they have just life, not just life in the field, but life in general tends to deplete everybody. So one of the things if you go to Dan John University, the workout called the hypertrophy and mobility workout was originally called the post-deployment workout. I set that up because of the need for balancing strength with conditioning and with mobility, and I even want to say tonic stuff, so that while you're training, you're doing things that will fix issues, especially really, really tight shoulders, tight hips, lower back issues, hamstring issues, and of course that doesn't even include the parachute issues and explosions and all kinds of other stuff. In our inner circle, we have some people who have been part of the advanced parts of the military, and we all respectively keep our distance, and not just the United States and other countries too. But one of the things you get very quickly is something I want to share with you, and this is really important. So if I'm going to circle the whole answer here, this is what I want you to listen to. Many, many times I've welcomed Special Forces into my home, many times. And my neighbor across the street, she one time said that she felt this was the safest neighborhood in Murray. Well, of course, Murray's a pretty safe city, but, because there's always these young men out there who are, work and work and work. If I cook dinner, if I make dinner universally, they will always, I was going to say ask to clean up, but it's not ask, it's a demand. And when they clean up your kitchen, I got to tell you folks, it is almost embarrassing. And I do this now myself. So all the spoons, spoon, all the forks, spoon, all the knives are in the same direction. They'll take the cutlery holder, it's got those little divisions, take it out, clean it, rinse it, put it back in. They wipe down every surface. They take off everything off the range of the oven, clean everything. They rearrange the dishes. They rearrange the pottery, the pots and pans. They sweep it to an inch of its life. Gee, that's what I want you to remember. So there's two things here. First, the mental side, and I can't really help you on that. A lot of it on the mental side could just be whatever that would be. I'm sure there's some things at birth. I'm sure there's some things about the way they're raised, and I'm sure there's some things about their adherence to the corps, to the cadre, to the group, So number one is the mental side, which I don't know if I can help you get, but try your best that if you take on a challenge, finish the challenge. If you say you're going to do something, do something. The second level is when you do things, this attention to detail is the phrase we used at the old school I was coaching at, but the attention to detail, everything has to be done right. There's a place for everything in place, all these things like that. Finally, let's get to the physical, which I think is the least important of the things I'm going to talk about. But I think, I'm not sure if you have a swimming component in what you have to do, but a lot of it is going to be walking exhausted, rucking, orienteering. By the way, if one of my friends said the best thing you can do to prepare yourself for the really advanced special operations stuff is to get involved in orienteering and figure out how to use a compass and a map and how to get around terrain and how to find easier ways to get around. But you're going to have to get used to the idea physically that you're going to have to make rapid mental decisions under great physical fatigue. Quick mental decisions under massive physical fatigue. So how do you train that? That's tough to do. When I work with them, sometimes I do like to have like a drill where at the end you have to do something that demands accuracy. I took this over. I was helping some young men who are collegiate lacrosse players, and they were doing these conditioning drills, but the conditioning drills didn't have a technical element to it. So what we added was a lacrosse stick. They would do the conditioning drill, and then at the end they had to fire on a net, and then the net was too big, so we just took athletic tape and put corners in, and then we made up some point system. Well, also, here's what's also funny, is now there's a point system, they got even more competitive and took the drill more seriously. But the idea was, in an exhausted state, a tired state in this example, they had to make a decision and they had to use a specific skill. So any way you can build in being accurate while exhausted, attention to detail while tired, I think that's what you want to do. I don't know, run a marathon and then play a chess game. That's kind of silly, but it's that kind of thing if you don't mind. When I talk to my friend, I'm thinking of one specific person in the inner circle, the idea of, you just have to remind yourself you're not going to quit, and you're just going to keep going, keep moving forward. Don't make any plans like I'm going to last one more day, then I'm out of here. A lot of people talk about that in some of the early stages when they're trying to wash out candidates. They start making these mental deals. Your mental deal has to be, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to keep going. I sleep when I can. I drink water if there's there. I eat food if I can, and just keep moving forward, I guess. I hope that helps. The mental side and the attention to detail are by far more important than whether you run 10K or run 10 miles. Okay? Thank you.